That's a directive. Also, more Shemayim Aleichem. The awe of heaven should be upon you. That's also a directive. Now, now you have Rav Yossi ben Yoezi, East Shreida, Yossi ben Yochanan, East Yushlaim, Kibul Mehem. That's the question is, what's the Mehem? So, and now then they're also going to make directive, command statements. They're not going to give us information. They're going to give us commands. So before we get to the essence of what they're commanding us to do, then before that we want to try to understand what the question is, who did they get it from? So let's go back to the Tiferes Yisrael. You can start again if you like. Kibul man. They received it from them. The question is who? I don't. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll make another one. I'll make more copies tomorrow.
Kibul mehem, Garsinen, Garsinen mehem, lo kai anshe knesset hagadola, sorry, I should write these down.
Yeah, actually, if I make enough copies, you can actually keep a copy for yourself, and you can actually write these things down if you want. You can use that. If you have a pen, you can write it in if you want to. You have an extra pen? I don't have a pen.
That's fine.
Okay, good.
The klal to include Antigonos Hebrew Mishnah Gimel, the Hadehu, Rak Milat Mehem, Kai Ishimon the Antigonos.
Rather, Milas, the word Milas Mehem, Koi is going on Shimon and Antigonus. The plural reference that this particular version uses, right, cannot be referring to the Anshe Knesset Gedola, because he said that would have to include Antigonus as well. Rather, the word mehem, the plural usage, is going on the Kabbalah that the two Yosis received from Shimon Hatzadik and from Antigonus is Soicha. Okay, and I'll explain a little bit more.
Continue?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Shemei Techila Lamdu, from the beginning they taught Mishimon ve Naftar.
Oh, so I think Mishetchila Lamdu they learned Mishimon. Originally they learned from Shimon.
Shimon, okay. The Kishin Nifter, when he died, when he passed away, when he went to Olam Haba, Din and testified.
Vadain, and they meaning and still lo.
Vadain lo shemashu kol tzarchan. They did not serve all their need.
Oh, so this is the shimshu is referring to what we call shimush. Shimush is actually literally usage. Right? You have a certain yeah. So when you're referring to a Talmud in reference to his Rebbe, the Talmud, if he didn't use Shamish called Sorcho, it's a reference that he hadn't learned enough. He didn't learn everything that he needed to learn, and he didn't get the full usage of the Rebbe as much as was possible.
Usually it's more like practical halacha. Not sure, but
well,
seeing the
right. Well, I mean, we use it that we use that in terms of a person who's, let's say, involved with smicha or something that has a shit. But there's such a thing as shimish talmidei chachamim in general. It's also shimish in terms of derech halimud. It's also when you're dealing with the shaila of who's your rav al muva, if there's such a your principal, your principal primary teacher. So that's a question of what you actually learn from him and how much you learn from him, right? So I think the Gemara Chagiga mentions Rabbi Kiva was the Shamish Rabbi Ish Gamzu, 24 years, I think he says, and mentions a lashon like that. I forgot exactly the lashon. So you see that that was the way that the worship also was, the expression is also used in terms of a Talmud trying to gain as much knowledge from the Rebbe and as much tutelage from the Rebbe as possible. So the point is, why is it was explained, why does it refer that both Yosefs received both from Shimon and from Antigonus? Because when Shimon and Tzaddik was nifter, they still hadn't become ripe as Talmidim, and be able to stand, so to speak, on their own feet right at that point. They still needed to have more learning and tutelage from a Rebbe. So then Shuv Lamdu.
Shuv Lamdu Antigonus. They returned and they learned from Antigonus.
Right. So once they couldn't learn from Shimon Tzaddik anymore, then they learned from Antigonus.
Antigonus was a friend of Rebbe, right?
Excuse me?
Antigonus was a friend of Rebbe?
No, that's Antigonus. Antigonus was a Jew. You don't give Antoninus. Antoninus was a Ger convert. He was the emperor of Rome, and he was a friend and colleague of the Rebbe. Oh, so that's one explanation. One explanation is, why does it say Mehem? It's referring not to Anshe Knesset Gedol, it's referring to Shimon Tzaddik and Antigonus Isoichel. And why did they learn from both? Because they originally started learning from Shimon Tzaddik, and after that, when Shimon Tzaddik left this world, then they went to learn and mashlim, complete their learning, their education, right, from Antigonus Isoichel. And there's another explanation. Efshar Od.
Efshar Od de Meshum de Antigonus Hayabidol Mehem. So it is also possible that in the name of Antigonus Hayabidol Mehem, who was greater than them.
Right here, the word Meshum here means because. Yeah. I mean, Efshar was also possible because the Meshum, the Antigonus Hayagadol, he was greater than them.
Because Antigonus was greater than them, Dehare Manuhu Nasi Lifnehen.
He was appointed the prince, the leader, before them.
Before them, Lahachi Lo Klo Le Hadehu.
And for that reason, it wasn't included. Antigonus wasn't included along with them, right? So this is the answer to this first question. The first question said that it can't be a reference to the Anshe Knesset Gedola, because if that would be the case, then Antigonus should have been included along with them. But then he's saying also it's possible, maybe in fact it was a reference to the Anshe Knesset Gedola. Also, then why wasn't Antigonus included? Because Antigonus, it wouldn't be proper to include him with those of a lesser status than he. So therefore, since Antigonus was Gadol Mehem, and the proof of that was that he was the Nasi, he was the leader, the prince. I do, thank you very much. Since he was the prince, and obviously in a different level of stature than the two Nasis, therefore the Mishnah separated them. But it could possibly going back to the Anshe Knesset Gedola. Okay. Oh, so let's continue on with just repeat the Rabbeinu Yonah, because that's going to be the complement to Rabbeinu Yonah. Why this, according to this Girsa, this version, you're referring to the plural Mehem.
So I should reread the Rabbeinu Yonah.
Yeah, just read the Rabbeinu Yonah.
Okay. The question of the entire pit.
Yeah, you can read the whole thing.
Okay.
It's just one line.
Yossi ben Yoazer, Ish Tzarda, and Yossi ben Yochanan, Ish Yerushalayim, Kavlu Mehem. Mi Shimon HaTzadik, or Mi Antigonus Ish Sukkot.
So now we understand why, according to the explanation of the Teres Yisrael, why it can be referring to specifically Shimon HaTzadik. Who did they receive it from? From Shimon HaTzadik and from Antigonus. And how was that? That's the explanation of the Teres Yisrael. They first started learning from Shimon HaTzadik, and then they went to learn from Antigonus.
One quick question.
Sure.
I just sort of this the Pirkei Avos that we read. So I always thought that it was sequential, but some of these were contemporaneous.
Yes, yeah, they overlapped. There was definitely an overlap between them, sure.
Very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. So. Okay, we'll stop for and have a break for a few minutes and we'll start the Shir Mishnah Berurah. Okay?
Excellent.
Right.